There is a quiet kind of strength that nobody claps for at first. It happens when you choose the harder right thing while the easier wrong thing is standing right there, smiling at you. It happens when you pause before reacting. When you train even though your mood is not perfect. When you return to the work after a bad day instead of turning one bad day into a bad month. That strength is not loud, it is not always visible, but it changes everything. Because life does not only test your talent, it tests your direction. It tests whether you can keep steering when the road gets rough, when your energy drops, when old habits invite you back, when nobody is checking on your progress. In those moments, the question is not, do I feel powerful? The question is, can I still choose on purpose? That is the heart of growth. Not perfection, not constant motivation. Direction. You do not need to win the whole future today. You need to stop handing the wheel to every feeling that passes through you. Feelings are real, but they are not always wise leaders. Tiredness will tell you to abandon the plan. Fear will tell you to stay small. Frustration will tell you that effort is pointless. Comfort will tell you that tomorrow is better, and sometimes tomorrow is useful. But sometimes tomorrow is just today wearing a disguise. So you learn to lead yourself in small moments. You put your shoes on. You open the notebook. You make the call. You clean the space. You eat the meal that respects your body. You practice the skill for 20 focused minutes. You apologize when pride wants to hide. You rest without quitting. You start again without drama. This is how self-respect is built, not through speeches, through evidence. Every time you do what you said you would do, even in a small way, you teach your mind a new truth. I can depend on myself. And that truth is powerful. Confidence is not just believing you are capable. Confidence is remembering all the times you proved it, but listen carefully. Steering your path does not mean forcing life to go exactly your way. You cannot control every delay, every opinion, every loss, every closed door. You can control your posture toward it. You can control the next honest move. You can control whether disappointment makes you bitter or better prepared. A resilient person is not someone who never gets hit. A resilient person is someone who learns how to recover without surrendering their direction. Think about someone training in a gym. The weight is not personal. It is not insulting them. It is simply heavy. And because it is heavy, it creates the chance to grow stronger. Your responsibilities, your setbacks, your difficult conversations, your unfinished goals. Some of them are like that weight. Not pleasant, not easy, but useful if you meet them with attention instead of avoidance. You do not have to love every challenge. You just have to stop treating discomfort like proof that you are in the wrong place. Sometimes discomfort is the entrance fee for the next level of your life. Start with one area where you have been drifting. Be honest, but do not be cruel to yourself. Maybe it is your health, maybe your focus, maybe your money habits, maybe your attitude, maybe the way you speak to yourself when things go wrong. Pick one small steering action today. Not 10. 1. Make it clear enough that you cannot hide from it. 30 minutes of focused work, a walk after dinner, 10 pages read, one difficult task finished before entertainment, 5 minutes of planning before the day begins, one boundary stated calmly, one promise kept. Small does not mean weak. Small means repeatable. Repeatable becomes dependable. Dependable becomes identity. And when you slip, because you will, do not turn the slip into a story about who you are. Missing one workout does not make you lazy. Losing focus for one afternoon does not make you hopeless. Saying the wrong thing once does not make you broken. The danger is not the stumble. The danger is the decision to stop steering. Return faster. That is a skill. Recovering your direction quickly is one of the greatest advantages you can build. Today, choose your hands back on the wheel. Not with panic, not with shame, with calm authority. You are allowed to grow at a human pace. You are allowed to be rebuilding and still be worthy of respect. You are allowed to be unfinished and still serious about your future. But do not confuse patience with passivity. Move, choose, practice, correct, continue. Your path will not always be smooth, but it can still be yours. And when the noise gets loud, when doubt starts talking, when comfort tries to pull you backward, remember this. You do not need to control the whole road. You just need to steer the next step.